black women. I was having lunch with some really good friends of mine, black women that I've met in college, and we still talk and hang out from time to time. And we were all talking about the experiences that we've been having in terms of our interaction with racist, bigoted, prejudiced, hateful black men. And one of the things that we noticed, we were talking, I got two friends of mine that they work in the downtown area in corporate America, and the other one, she's unemployed, and I do freelance work. So we were talking about, the obvious racism that we've been experiencing whenever we're around black men. Like, for example, I was telling them that, a lot of times when I'm getting ready to cross the street and there is a driver, a black guy behind the car, the wheel of the car, the vehicle, like a lot of times they'll almost run me over. I'll walk off the sidewalk and like they'll make a right turn and just barely hit me. It happens a lot. I wonder if you guys have been experiencing that too. When you get ready to cross the street, there's a black guy behind the wheel of a car, and he's either making a left turn or a right turn, and he barely hits you. He doesn't allow you to cross the street all the way, And another one of my friends was telling me, she's like, yeah, a lot of times when I'm, standing in line, the black guy just cut right in front of me. Or, if I'm getting ready to go in the elevator or walk through a door, they'll cut in front of me. And so one of the things that I've noticed is that, racism among black men is growing. It really is. Let me tell you something. When people hate you, when they're racist and hateful towards you, eventually it's going to show in their behavior and their treatment towards you. Okay? And I'm going to tell you something. There's a way that you have to handle yourself when you're around bigoted, prejudiced, racist black men. A lot of us, we have jobs, and we may have a black male supervisor who's been writing us up and, trying to get us fired. Or some of us may, go to the supermarket and, there'll be a black guy that will be, at the cashier or working in the meat market, and it's just, it's the rudeness, it's the racial hatred that they have. And so we need to be very aware of that. I just want to let you guys know that if you ever go into a place of business and, you experience any type of animosity, hateful treatment, racial treatment, report it immediately. Videotape it. Always keep your camera on whenever you're dealing with black men. Always keep your camera hidden and keep the recorder on. So when you do have these experiences, when you're being treated rudely, whether it's by a security guard, or even if you're applying for a job and there's a black guy that's interviewing you, make sure you document everything. Because one of the things that I have been paying attention to, I told my girlfriends this, because I do a lot of social media stuff, and I have noticed, I told them this, I said, I'm noticing that black men, when they talk about like how they're going to start a business, they're not going to hire black women, or, if they get like apartment buildings, they're not going to want to rent to black women. It's just like there's a lot of racial discrimination that's going to be hitting us really, really hard. And we got to be prepared for that. I smell lawsuits in the future, black women. I smell a lot of lawsuits. And we need to make sure that we write down and document everything, because black men are really pushing hard to wipe us out. They're pushing hard to make sure that we are pretty much no longer. I mean, really, it's getting really bad. Really bad. I was on the subway. I told one of my girlfriends this. I was on the subway, and I had gone to the supermarket. I had like one bag, but you know, I was on my feet all day. And I wanted to sit down when I got on. The train, it wasn't packed where people were standing up. There was a seat available, but see, here's the thing. There was a black guy that was sitting next to some old woman. She was asleep. You know, people sleep when they're on the train. And there was a seat across from him. You know how you have a two-seater on the train, and then there's a single seat in front of the two-seater? And he had his feet up there, right? So when I got on the train, I looked back, I looked right, left to see if there was a seat, and then it was, you know, it was right by the door. And I looked at the seat, and his feet were there, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I just knew not to sit there. And I knew he wasn't going to move his feet. But there was a woman that got on, and he moved his feet and let her sit down, and she wasn't black. And you know what? I could have made a big deal out of it, but I thought, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to have somebody on that train pull their camera out and videotape me, you know, making a big deal out of this. And then put it on YouTube, and then, you know, everybody's like, oh, see, you see how mad they are, see how angry they are, just because he didn't move his feet, you know. So I didn't say anything, but it's that subtle racism that you see. And I was so tired, man. I just wanted to sit down. I had been up since like 4 o'clock in the morning. I get up early, you know. I start my day early, and you know, I just wanted to sit down. I was tired. And he looked at me like, you better not ask me to move my feet. I couldn't believe it. It was just unbelievable. I've seen old black ladies get on the train and black guys don't offer their seats. But when an older woman of another race gets on, or even a younger woman, they give her the seat. It's disgusting. I can't wait to get the fuck out of this country. I can't wait to get out of here. I'm so sick of being here. I really am. I'm getting to the point where it's like I may just have to bypass closing up loose ends and just get out of here sooner, because it's really beginning to piss me off. But yeah, just watch yourself. Be careful. And also, I'm noticing that a lot of black men are being arrogant, you know, towards us. Oh my God, I didn't tell you guys this, but I saw this black man. He was arguing with this black woman. I don't know who she was. She might have been his wife or girlfriend or something. Oh my God, but he was so loud. He called her a bitch, and he pushed her. I couldn't get involved because it's like, you know, you never know what the situation was, but man, I was just like, God, I couldn't believe it. I mean, man, it's a lot of violence out there, a lot. Make sure, you know, black women, you watch your back. It's getting crazy out there. I'm out.